Good morning.
Good morning.
I feel like I have to whisper because you look like either you're an album cover or like you're in a seance.
Well, I haven't put my blinds up yet, so it's totally dark in here, and I just have my little light here on the desk on.
I love it. It's so warm and cozy and like,
Yeah,
so good morning, Kim. How are you this morning?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very happy because it is going to be a beautiful day today, and
Mm.
this is our 150th episode, as I just told you, which makes me all kinds of
Yay!
happy. And the sun is starting to rise earlier. It is the
Yes,
first day that it's like peeking up above the horizon one
it
minute
is.
earlier.
And, we can tell from where we are on the balcony. I don't know about you guys, but we can see the sun tracking north and south during the seasons, and it's
Ooh.
just now come to our side of the building again, so we can see the sun setting. We just noticed it last night.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I love it's been very interesting living on like a side of a building rather than living in a house
Yeah.
and realizing, oh, I can't see the sun anymore. Wow, it really
Right.
does shift.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
For
Well,
sure.
for those of you that don't, for the people that don't know you, can you introduce yourself, who you are, where you are, what you do?
My name is Kim McGuire, and as you may have guessed, I live in the same building as Jesse here in
Correct.
downtown Tampa. Um, I am a 500-hour yoga teacher and Reiki master. I offer private and small group classes right now. I am currently not teaching in the studios just out of an abundance of safety and caution because of pandemic issues. But I am offering instead live classes via Zoom or FaceTime, whatever works for you. Um, I do have a program for new students. If it's something that, yoga is something that you've always wanted to try, you've heard about the benefits of it. I do have a Yoga 101 program called Good Foundations, and I offer a 30-minute free consultation. So if you're not really sure that, it's something you want to indulge in or partake in, um, I would be happy to discuss what your needs are, what yoga really is about. It's not that gymnastic stuff. Although we all love a good pose, it's really grounding, and it can give you a lot of like personal strength. But there's a lot more to it than just the poses. So
Well, I love it, and I just love. I told you last time I love the name Good Foundations. It just feels good.
well, it's kind of a nod to my son. When I was married previously, my last name was Good. Um,
Oh,
hmm So for those who are on here who may not know, I lost my son about 5.5 years ago to a drug overdose. So it's the reason that I am who I am today, where I'm standing today, doing what I'm doing today. So it's just kind of a nod to him to, start off at a good place, have that foundation, find it, and then just really um, rest into it to help you manage through the craziness of life.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for spreading that with us and sharing your soul with us and making something beautiful out of something tragic. And that's life, right? Like you keep going and
It is. It
you're
is.
resilient, find good things to celebrate. So, would you like to celebrate the sunrise by taking us into it this morning?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this morning I was thinking that today's the inauguration day, and there's been a lot of upheaval and craziness, and sometimes it can feel like things are getting away from us and the world is just kind of going nuts. But I just want to remind us all that the only thing that we have control over is ourselves and the moment that we're in. So making a choice about how you respond and how you react and how you move forward is really the only thing that we have control over. And by setting our hearts into a good space, setting our minds in a good space, then we'll be reflected to the outside world. And if each of us do that and then come together as a group, we can energetically put out into the world and into the universe all of these good vibes, these good feelings, these good thoughts and good deeds, and counteract all of the things that we are seeing that maybe aren't so beneficial for us personally or us as a country, us globally. So as we come together this morning, I just really wanted to focus on being a light to the rest of the world, starting with us. And as we begin our meditation, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to take a mudra. I love this one. It's called the Lotus Mudra. You bring the heels of your hands together, and then we're going to close the pinky edge of the hand, bringing the pinkies together, bring your thumbs together. And as you can see, it almost looks like a lotus flower. So you've got your root, the base of the flower, and then your fingers are the petals of the flower. I'd like you to take your thumbs then and just bring them to your heart space. So it's like we're amplifying our heart, and we're going to be sending out love and light and healing to the rest of the world as we meditate today. So whenever you're ready, if you're comfortable with it, allow the eyes to just gently close. Taking a moment here to just really come in tune with yourself, your personal heart, your mind, your breath, your body. Just connecting, noticing your breath as it flows in and out. Not changing it or modifying it in any way at this point in time, just finding connection. And as we take this time just to root ourselves, become one with our breath and our body, I just want you to take this time to notice anything that isn't serving you today, any thoughts or any feelings. Allow yourself a deep inhale through the nose. And part the lips, exhale audibly with a sigh, letting the breath out, allowing yourself to release any of these negative feelings, these debilitating emotions, fear, anxiety, stress. Just continue breathing that way for a few more breaths, in through the nose, inviting clearing, creating space, and then releasing. Again, letting go, envisioning that you are physically releasing these things that are burdening you out of your mouth. One more time. Deep breath in together. Sigh it out. And then just continue breathing in through your nose. Exhaling through the nose. And as we're breathing together, creating that collective consciousness. Breathing, thinking, feeling together. Maybe envision a light coming from the center of your Lotus Mudra. And from that light, you're sending all your love, all your positivity, all your light, happiness, joy, whatever it is that you have to offer to the world and to the universe today. Envision sending that out through that stream of light from your Lotus Mudra out into the world, into the universe. Maybe meditating on the thought that universal love begins with love for yourself. So as we are loving ourselves and caring for ourselves, then we can share that love. Remembering also that universal compassion begins with compassion for yourself. As we're offering ourselves compassion, envision then also sending compassion out into the universe. Envisioning that you are firmly rooted like a lotus, rooted into the muck and the mud, the bottom of the pond. And as we express our love, as we express this compassion, sharing our joy, sharing our happiness, that we, like the lotus, reach up through the dark and murky waters, striving toward the light, to the top of the water, ultimately blooming into something that is beautiful and radiant, full of light and full of love. Resting on the top of the water above all of the chaos, and then sharing that with everybody who sees you, radiating that beauty from inside to the outside. So let's take 3 more collective breaths together, harnessing the energy of each and every one of us into a whole, inhaling through the nose, inhaling love, and exhaling hate. Inhaling peace, exhaling stress and anxiety, inhaling joy, and exhaling any negative feeling that you feel lingering in your own personal space. Let's slowly close the petals of the flower, bringing hands to heart space in prayer. I like to end all my classes with a Buddhist blessing. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Thank you for sharing these precious moments of your time with me and with Jessie. I hope you have a blessed and productive day. Namaste.
Namaste. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You're welcome. So if you want to know about the Lotus Mudra a little bit,
Yes.
yeah, I talked about it a little bit during our meditation, but it does symbolize the rooting of us down into that muck. You know, we all have our own version of muck. And it's finding a way to stand in that foundation and then constantly reaching always for the light, reaching up and away from that, bringing yourself above it and allowing yourself to bloom and blossom into that beautiful soul that you are.
Absolutely perfect. I remember when I first started researching about the lotus and the symbolism behind the lotus, and just it's like what you said. Like I feel like every single one of us can fully relate to this in one way or another. We all have our
Well,
muck,
absolutely.
you know.
Yes.
It's
Yeah. Our muck is different, but we all have that's, we all have our stuff. And that is a universal thing with all of us.
yeah.
So, your journey is going to be different than my journey, than anyone else's journey, but we all have the same sort of process that we go through.
And I love how you started off too. Like I didn't really want to. I didn't really intend to talk about the transition today in Washington. I love how you said it's up to each one of us to control our peace and control ourselves. And if there's any stress today, I hope everybody just remembers to focus on themselves, spread love, spread peace. Remember that the only way that lotus gets to the top is with spreading that sunshine. So
Yep.
feel the good things, take it in.
It's all, it's like a ripple when you throw a rock in the water. So when you're that rock, whatever you are sending out is just going to reach out, long spreading effects. So if that's love, that's awesome.
Yes. Let's hope for it.
Yes.
Let's hope for it. Let's go into the day. I just read, I see that Jack just posted and she said she woke with so much anxiety about today. There's much exhaling of what doesn't serve right now, which is absolutely perfect. And just like, let's exhale all that. And maybe as a collective, we can bring some good
Before we sign off, I just wanted to share one thing that I actually just recently read about collective meditations. And I just think that it's so wonderful what you're doing. And I love the fact that 150 days, that's amazing. One person can change the world, as they say. It all starts with us. But when we come together, so much more powerful. We have this amazing strength that you don't really think about. And they've done a bunch of studies on collective meditation and how beneficial they are and the resulting effects. And they can scientifically show that it has positive effects. But there was a group meditation that was going on years back, and it was led by this sitar player. And he had said about it, it's an opportunity for one to see that they are a global citizen and part of a global family. It is where each one can celebrate the diversity, shun the prejudice against race, religion, and culture, and find deep inner peace in a dynamic atmosphere. And I just really love that. I thought it was so appropriate for today.
Can I ask who that sitar player was?
Oh, yeah, it was Ravi Shankar.
Yes, that's right. That's what I was hoping you would say was I love Ravi Shankar, and actually, so my parents went to a concert of his, and my oldest sister will correct me if I tell this story wrong, but apparently she was a baby at the time, and she was like screaming the whole time or something until he started playing, and then she just like was enamored and like. So, yeah, he was if you've never listened to Ravi Shankar play sitar, YouTube him and listen to it. The Nora Jones is his daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that. I love her.
So, anyway, fun facts for everybody this morning. Some musical fun facts. Thank you so much for that whole beautifulfulness. I love feeling the spirit of the community coming together, and really appreciate you leading such a really perfect, appropriately timed.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.
Be strong today, guys. Have a good one.